Hey guys, welcome to daily news analysis of 23rd of February guys. Let's see the very first news. First news is regarding double taxation avoidance agreement and it is being done between two countries, India and Kenya. Just see the location of both the countries. Now before going to the benefits of this double taxation avoidance agreement, let's see what this double taxation avoidance agreement is, right? So just let's taking the example of these two countries only. Say for example, you are having a business in India, right? And one of the subsidiary of your business is doing the business over here also, right? But since your company is doing business in both the countries, right? Say for example, same company is doing business in both the countries, then what will happen is that whatever the business you are transacting, and some sort of businesses like that these kind of this business has this influence over this country also, right? So in those cases what used to happen was that government of both the countries will charge you tax at their own rates, right? Say for example, you are manufacturing a biscuit worth rupees 100, right? And Indian government is charging you 15 rupees and Kenya government is charging you 15 rupees. Means you are paying 30 rupees as tax, right? So what is the benefit of your, right? Ultimately the end customers is also getting affected because he has to pay more money, right? So the business is not getting flourished up to which it should have been, right? So that's why these both the countries have signed an agreement which is called double taxation avoidance agreement. Under this, both the countries will say that okay, let's together take a tax rate of say 22%, right? If they will take 22%, means earlier the company, I mean, you have to pay 30%, but now since you are paying 22%, then your tax structure is reduced, right? And if your tax structure is reduced, then the transparency in tax matters will increase, as well as you won't take the routes of tax evasions and tax avoidance, right? That's why this is called this double taxation avoidance agreement. And it is said that since both the countries is having double taxation avoidance agreement afterwards, then there will be flow of investment in both the countries, flow of technology and services also will take place between both the countries, right? Next news is about Chardham Mahamarg Pariyojana. It was in news because Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs basically approved the Silk Yard Ben Barakot tunnel. Right now, what is the Silk Yard Ben Barakot tunnel? This is a tunnel which will be done in this state of Uttarakhand, basically to enhance the connectivity to the Yamunotri. Right, it comes under the Chota Chardham. See, four places are there: Yamunotri, Gangotri, okay, then Kedarnath and Badrinath. Alright, these four dhams are there in Chota Chardham, and you just have to write in the comment section below that which big dhams are there in Char Dham of whole India, right? So under one, the Badrinath also comes out of these four, right? And those other three dham you have to name in the comment section below. That's the work that I'm giving you, right? Anyways, under this tunnel will enhance the connectivity to Yamunotri, and it will also lead to the regional socio-economic development, as well as trade and tourism of the country will also increase basically in this region of Uttarakhand, right? So these are various benefits of this tunnel, it is being said. And regarding the Chardham Mahamarg Pariyojana guys, let's see a bit. It is an ambitious initiative which basically aims to enhance the connectivity of the Chardham basically, and under which there is a proposed project of constructing about more than 900 kilometers of national highway, so that the connectivity between all these dhams could get increased, so that the tourism of the bhakts can also get increased over this region, right? Next is it also through this Chardham Mahamarg Pariyojana, there is also project is to widen the existing roads, because now there are roads which are very much narrower, for due to which people are very scared of going to these all four dhams, right? And now after this project, if these roads will be widened, then the risk of the vehicles falling from these kind of terrains will get reduced, right? So that's why more and more people will be very much confident that okay, since roads are much more widened, then it is much more conducive to take the whatever, like I mean, to take the journey through this Chardham very much easy, right? Next news is about National Urban Housing Fund. Now, this was in news because Union Cabinet has approved for the creation of this National Urban Housing Fund, and for this around 60,000 crore has been allocated. It is being said that by the name only you can very much tell, and understand that what is the what is the main aim of this fund. So basically it will facilitate the fundraising activities in coming 4 years for the central assistance under different schemes, and those schemes are like, credit link subsidy scheme, in situ slum redevelopment scheme, affordable housing in partnership, beneficiary linked construction, right? So those all schemes will be assisted by the center. And it is also said, guys, the gap which is present existing in the urban sector progress, those gap will also be getting reduced, right? Also, guys, the aim of government, I mean, the government's aim of housing for all and Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which the government aims to, achieve the target by 2022, that will also be, it will also be facilitated so that this target will be getting achieved by this 2022, right? So this was about this National Urban Housing Fund. Next news is about tribunal to settle Mahanadi water dispute. Now, this see, basically there is a dispute that is occurring between two states, that is Chhattisgarh and Odisha, right? Now, Supreme Court has ordered central government to construct a tribunal to resolve the issue between these two states. Now, the issue of the state is, since this river is passing through Chhattisgarh, as well as this river is passing through Odisha, and later it falls into Bay of Bengal, then what is happening is that Chhattisgarh is constructing few dams, right? Few reservoirs, and those in this reservoirs, this main water of Mahanadi will be, redirected to other regions, so that the farmers of Chhattisgarh can be benefited, right? Now, the Odisha government is telling that if you are, redirecting these waters, then what will be, I mean, we won't be having, our farmers, we won't be having much more water, right? So that's why this issue has been taken to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court has ordered central government to construct this tribunal. Now, central government before few days has already said that this case can be, tackled politically. Let's not make tribunal. But, these states are not very much confident regarding this, and they are telling that since elections are coming, that's why we want tribunal, right? We don't want to face the heat of the audience vote against us, right, due to the any non-conducive decisions by the central government, right? So that's why we want this tribunal to get set up, right? So this was all about the news regarding it. Next news is about Operation Green. This was being basically set in budget, in which the main aim of the government is to ensure that the erratic fluctuations whatever taking place in the prices of onion, potatoes and tomatoes, that could be reduced to a great extent. Likewise, during the Operation Flood, the erratic availability of this milk was done away with, right? So like that only, the aim is of the government is to ensure that this erratic fluctuation in prices of this onion, potato and tomatoes could be getting reduced. And now this was in news just because of the reason that the government was recently interacted with the stakeholders like farmer producing organization, farmers, right? So with those stakeholders discussion, basically the aim was to promote the farmer production organization, agri-logistic, processing facilities and professional management. And it is being said that if these things are enhanced, then this erratic fluctuations whatever been taking place in the these vegetable prices, those could be reduced to a huge extent, right? And this is indeed a very much important, just remember that Operation Green. Next news is International Mother Language Day celebration. Actually, United Nations has basically celebrated February 21 as International Mother Language Day. With this, the aim of the UNESCO celebrating this is mainly to ensure that the mother tongue languages in different regions of the world gets preserved, and also the aim is to promote the mother tongue based multilingual education, right? Because few datas are there that India, though we have to officially have 22 recognized language, but we have 1635 rationalized mother tongue, out of which only 234 are identified mother tongues, right? According to the census 2001, means other mother tongues are not being recognized by the state governments, and efforts are not put forth to uh, save that mother tongues from getting extinct. So it is being speculated that if this is the steps are not taken by the government, then in coming future those mother tongues might get extinct, right? So this time, that is in 2013, the theme of the International Mother Language Day was linguistic diversity and multilingualism for sustainable development. Just remember this. And it also supports target 6 of goal 4 of the sustainable development goal, that is ensure that all youth and the substantial proportion of adults, both men and women, achieve literacy and numeracy, right? So yeah, this was about this news. Next news is about an island country called Tonga, which is in the southwest Pacific region, right? Now this was in news because recently a cyclone popped up in this island. That name is Cyclone Gita, which has conducted a massive destruction in this Pacific island country. That's why India has helped United States $1 million to this country. And under this, India has basically allocated 5 lakh dollar to, in 5 lakh US dollar to India UN Development Partnership Fund, and rest 5 lakh dollar has been given for the immediate relief assistance of it, right? And the first 5 lakh dollar has been given for the rehabilitation effort of this island country, right? Now let's read about India UN Development Partnership Fund. Though before few days we have already discussed it, but again we will discuss it. That what is it, guys? It is being set up in a partnership of India and United Nations Office of South-South Cooperation. Now, what is the South-South Cooperation? See, the world is divided into two. Not geographically, I'm discussing about, right? Economically, world is divided into two spheres. That is North and South. North are the rich countries and South countries are the underdeveloped and developing countries, right? So under this fund, the money from this fund will be invested in these countries only, that is underdeveloped and developing countries, so that the poverty, hunger, health, education can be improved in these countries, right? So basically under this fund, this fund will support only those countries who are developing, and the fund is kind of demand driven, right? And transformation, it ensures that transformation sustainable development projects can be carried out in South countries, that is underdeveloped and developing countries. Next news is about a committee which is called N. Gopalaswamy Committee, right? Now it is basically constituted to select 20 institutes of the higher education in India which can be in future developed into world-class institutes. So for this, within few months, this N. Gopalaswamy Committee will be selecting 10 public institutes and 10 private category institutes, and they will be accorded as of now eminence status, and the main goal is to, in coming 10 years, so that these 10 public and 10 private category institute could be converted into world-class category, right? So for this, these institutions will be given greater autonomy. And what are those greater economy? They will be allowed to recruit 30% foreign students. They also will be allowed to recruit about 25% of foreign faculty, and also they will be eligible to offer online courses up to 20% of this program, and also they can enter into academic collaboration with top 500 world ranking institutes in the whole world. Now, what was the need of this Gopalaswamy Committee to make this world class institute? Because from India there is no world class institute, as well as India lacks this world class universities according to the international ranking, and India's academics compared to if compared internationally, and our is very much poor, right? Also, guys, there is other problem that students also suffered an immense shortage of places in top academic institutes, due to which if students had to go to different other countries, due to which occurs brain drain. Okay, now since these institutes will be available in India only, so those students will in future also they will be settling in India only, right? Also, our India there is a huge number of very much intelligent students, but since they don't have money, so they can't go to other countries to pursue their education, right? But since these world class institutes will be settled in our country, so these students will not be having any money problem, all right, and they can conduct their studies in here itself, right? So this was all about this and Gopalaswamy Committee, right? So guys, this was all about the today's news. And regarding the economic survey, up till chapter 7 PDF I have already uploaded in my Telegram link. Alright, so if you haven't downloaded it, you can download it. And yeah, also guys, regarding the economic survey lessons which are available in Hindi, so if you want to see it, and if there is some of your friend who don't have access to these kind of economic survey, so what they can do is I'm just putting the link below. You can redirect the link to your friends, right? So that they can read about it, right? So yeah guys, this was all about it. We'll meet in next class. Till then, bye bye, take care, and thank you for listening guys. Thank you very much.